Hello to all the members, friends and supporters of the Africa Evidence Network. Many of you know me personally and others virtually. I'm Ruth Stewart, the chair of the Africa Evidence Network. I'm talking to you today from my home to announce our plans for Evidence 2020 in the context of this global COVID-19 pandemic. But before I do, there's something I want to say to each one of you. In Africa, we're very familiar with the ideas of solidarity and hope and adaptation. Through our shared history, we've had to stand shoulder to shoulder in solidarity with others. In tough times, we've embodied the hope for better times, and we adapt to find solutions to some of the most difficult situations the world might face. With COVID-19, the calls for solidarity and hope and adaptation look different to what we're used to. Now solidarity means keeping our distance. Having hope means we reimagine a future that we're unfamiliar with. And to adapt means we have to get creative about remaining committed to the goals we've set ourselves. But this is what we're being called to do, have solidarity and hope and adapt. As the Africa Evidence Network, we're ready to heed this call and transform. For the last month, the Africa Evidence Network Secretariat has been preparing to announce our exciting plans for our biennial event, Evidence 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic we find ourselves in now means that we have a collective responsibility to reimagine what Evidence 2020 will be to protect the most vulnerable amongst us. Luckily, my team are good at this kind of reimagining, and so as a secretariat, we're getting ready to respond. As our members and past attendees of the most innovative EIDM conference in the world, you've become accustomed to how we push boundaries as to what working together means. And Evidence 2020 will be no different. Our biennial in-person event will be transforming to a digital event and will be taking place online from the 21st to the 25th of September this year. The AEN Secretariat has experience of executing such events, and we're working with our usual conference organisers who are committed to protecting AEN members and conference attendees from the undue danger that close physical proximity now presents. We assure you, dear friends and colleagues, that even though the in-person event is indefinitely postponed, as soon as it's safe to do so, we will enjoy being hosted by our Ugandan colleagues at a celebration event in Kampala, hopefully in the not too distant future. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing you there in person. For now, we as the Secretariat are taking time to craft our digital Evidence 2020 to ensure that it remains the most innovative, engaging and exceptional EIDM event in the world. Our evidence events have brought together Africa's evidence community since 2014, and my team and I are determined to ensure that this will continue despite these current challenges. All announcements about how you can be part of this historic event will be shared through our mailing list and on our social media platforms. So if you follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn and you've signed up as a member of the Africa Evidence Network, you'll receive information about how you can exercise your solidarity and hope and ability to adapt with us. We're not going to be beaten by this virus. The call has come to respond, and as Africans, we're ready to heed that call and transform.